ਉਹ ਗੱਲ ਗੱਭਰੂ ਦੇ ਗੱਲ ਗੱਭਰੂ ਦੇ ਗੱਲ ਗੱਭਰੂ ਦੇ ਮੂਡ ਤੇ ਡਿਪੈਂਡ ਬੱਲੀਏ ਨਹੀਂ
ਤੇ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਾ ਤੂੰ ਮੱਦੋ ਕਿਦੇ ਗੁਰਮਿੰਦਰਾ ਜਾਨ ਮੰਗ ਚਾਹੇ ਨਾ ਨੀ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਗਿੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ
Y si veo a tu mamá, yo le pregunto por ti, a ver si ya tienes a alguien, alguien que te haga feliz.
Hey, DJ Anjali and the kid, thank you for having me in your bat cave.
Yeah, welcome. Bienvenidos.
Yeah, we are ready. We are ready. We are ready. We are
Happy
ready. We are ready. We are ready. All right. We are partying tonight. Happy New Year to both of you. Thank you so much.
Gregorian
Happy New
style.
Year. This is a monumental day for everybody because we're like, yes, we're done with this year. But this is also your 20th anniversary. This is a landmark moment.
True story.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how it all fell together.
20
bitter-
years ago.
Bittersweet, if anything. 20 years together, the two of you in the club as partners. But I do have to ask, how long have you two been together?
Together.
2 years later,
So
end of 2002.
So 18 years together.
Did you guys have to call HR, like DJ HR, to let them know about your relationship?
Ooh,
We'd
did.
already been working at Powell's together for years. So we've been coworkers for years.
Okay, the fact that you two have been DJs for 20 years in Portland, then were working at Powell's together and became that's a very Portland. Did you have your wedding at Voodoo Donuts? That's a very Portland genesis.
We've only been married in India, so we don't have to suffer the marriage penalty, the marriage tax penalty in the States.
Look who came to say hi. This is,
What?
he must love you.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Billy Bapu.
Wow. Okay, it's a New Year's miracle.
Yeah, he
Wow.
wanted in.
Tell me your cat's name.
Oh, it's Billy Babu, Mr. Cat. We call him Babu for short.
One of Kanye's nicknames is Babu, just because I like how it sounds. Babu, Babu. How long has the cat been in the equation of your non-American marriage?
9 years.
Okay.
A little more than 9 years. He's a rescued barn cat from my dad's farm.
Oh, how cool is that?
Yep.
Yeah, he's a rescue too. That is so brilliant. Okay, so let's get back to it. Your 20-year anniversary. You're planning this big blowout. We all had these big plans for 2020. Your 20th anniversary, 2020. It sounded perfect, and then all of this. But tell them how we're gonna take the New Year's Eve celebration from the club to the couch on.
Well, hopefully you like move some furniture in your living room and give yourself a dance floor, right?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
we're trying to get people to not be more interactive, I suppose.
Well, that's
Not like a lay down kind of party.
That's right. Well, hopefully they can get to the floor later, and then just like turn their monitor down and be looking up and going, I mean, that's a good thing. Most New Year's, when you pass out at the party, you're in a lot of trouble. When you pass out at home this year, hopefully you wake back up and the party's still going. You're like, I'm back.
Well, and usually on New Year's Eve, most people like head for the exit at 12:15, 12:20. By 12:30, the club's actually pretty empty. So it's not a regular night in terms of like only the hardcore kids, like the kids that love to party and like it's a regular part of their life. Like they stay till 1, 2 in the morning. But most people that come out on New Year's by like 12:15, they're like, time to go home. And we're like, that's lame. But for us, oftentimes that's when the real party starts because those people are committed, the kids that stay, you know?
Right.
But yeah, so if you're already at home, then you don't have to worry about getting a cab or a ride home. You can just keep partying, right?
Right. You don't have to beat traffic or anything like
Know your
that.
limits.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like this year, because of the symbolism of the New Year and midnight, that the party will only get bigger at like we're all gonna feel like take these shackles off and the monkey off my back. Yes, we're in a new year. Vax me up. Let's get back out there. And you guys get to be the jump off to that.
Except I want this vacation to last for a long time. Everyone's in their own unique situation, but as a DJ, you know, you're constantly hustling, constantly grinding. So, you know, doing the live stream every Saturday is its own routine, but there's no loading into the club. There's no way to get paid. There's no packing up. There's no, you know, it's so much more humane.
Well, I mean, let's keep doing it digitally. I plan to fully, every live show I do in the future will also have digital, and certainly the regular routine will continue to be this on Twitch. And this is great you mentioned it every Saturday, except one you've played this entire year on Twitch. Just tell me about some of the challenges and successes about throwing, you know, a quarantine pandemic party from your living room to other people's living rooms.
Right. Well, one of the best things is like there's no creeps in the club, right? So you don't have to worry about some annoying person trying to like scream in your ear with a bad request. They're not like, you know, there are no drunks in the club, right? Except for yourself. So you don't have to worry about like other annoying people. So that's really nice. But yeah, obviously the flip side of that is like, I love dancing with strangers and being like surrounded by hundreds of people and we're all just like listening to the same soundtrack and like that non-verbal communication that happens like when you're all kind of like, you know, body swaying, as like cheesy as that sounds, like you're all kind of vibing to the same vibrations like that. I miss.
I don't know about you, but one of the big challenges actually was she said, hey, guess what? We're going to do our first live stream this Saturday. Figure it out.
Like on March 10th or whatever. And I was like, yeah, we're live streaming Saturday. And he was like, oh.
So talking about the challenges, I knew nothing about any aspect of streaming, from the camera, the hardware, the software, the firmware, the programs. So I was just watching tutorial after tutorial for days, stressing immensely just to get our first live stream up and going. And we got it up and going, and we've got it up and going almost
I'm
every
sure
time
it's
since,
the same for you, right?
Sure, yeah. I mean, the learning curve was massive. I'd never done these things. I had been, you know, I was like the Garth in Wayne's World in relation to like, we fear change. You know, it was like, we played live, and then this came, and I was like, well, you got to adapt, and now we know how to run broadcast software and like high-end editing and graphic work. Let's talk about like beat selection and what you two do. What's your trademark? You have, I would call, worldly wise beats, and I call them worldly wise beats because if I tried to say the words of the genres themselves, I'd screw them up. So I figured I'd use an umbrella term that didn't make me look like an idiot. Then I'll let you say them. Tell us about, you know, your style and your beats.
I mean, I guess the umbrella term is global bass, but the specific genres we're most well known for are Bhangra and Bollywood. And Bhangra is like Punjabi folk music that's made by the like South Asian diaspora, like the Desi diaspora in Canada, UK, and in India. But so Bhangra is like a Punjabi folk dance that's like traditionally danced by men, but it's really high energy. And it's like lots of arms up, shoulders, jumping around. And then Bollywood is the songs from the Hindi film industry out of Bombay. So you got like Bombay plus Hollywood, Bollywood, right?
Sure.
And so that's the music that I grew up with, like in the 70s and 80s. And so that's kind of the more saccharine, sweet, like Indian pop stuff you'll hear us play. Bhangra is like more hip hop based and a little grittier. And it's sung in Punjabi, and so it just has like a more folk sound, but with really like with high production, obviously, but it's more hip hop based. And then Bollywood's like the more kind of housey stuff you might hear us play. And then global bass is basically everything else, is kind of the umbrella term for everything else we do, whether it's like Egyptian shabby or reggaeton or Latin trap, and like you can just run with more genres if you want.
Well, I was just gonna say, for years now we've been pushing what we call tropical, a Desi Latino sound clash. And so it takes sounds from South Asia and the South Asian diaspora and sounds from the Afro-Latin diaspora, and we just throw them all together. So there's a lot of reggaeton, electro cumbia, dembo, mumbaton, but mixed in with the Indian beats. And India has actually fallen in love with the dembo beat over the last couple of years. So a sound that we just envisioned, like that party started 7.5 years ago, a sound that we were kind of envisioning is now something you can hear on the radio in India. So the world is changing.
And then we sprinkle a little dance hall on top just for fun.
I need some education so I can connect more with I don't know how many next generations there are before us, but I want to go to the final frontier as well. I'm going to present you with a series of party words, and I want you to tell me like what music you choose, or maybe like just what some sort of vibe or DJ trick or dance you do to get us to this space. All right? Now, I use this word a lot, dope, right? How do you create a dope party?
Our party invented the virtual safety meeting. Due to Twitch standards, it can't happen on camera, but there are little cues in the chat so we can all have a virtual safety meeting to make sure things are dope as hell.
Wow. How does the party move from dope to fresh?
How do you make it fresh?
Oh, here we go.
Okay, that was super fresh. Man, your glamour shots must be the best. This is one that I do dope. I do fresh, which is what all people say when they're dope and fresh, like a newscaster. When we want a party to get turned, right? How do we turn?
You gotta turn.
How do we turn? How do we get turned up?
She uses a chair. I think a chair is essential to her turn process.
So I don't think people use enough props when they're partying. So like make some space in your living room. And yeah, there's a chair that's like always nearby. If you need to get up on the chair, you need to bend over the chair.
It's the turn up chair.
Yeah. Get the chair that's like readily available that you can move around the living room.
That's a flash dance move, right? Use the chair. Use the chair. Okay. Turn to lit. How do we make sure the party stays lit?
That's all about the new disco ball we just got. Shout out to Platinum Records, Lights and Sound.
Yo, really?
Brand new top of the line LED disco ball, which is not being featured right now, but you'll see.
We'll see this at the party tonight when we stop in at midnight.
Be lit.
Okay, smart. That was literal. How about wavy? How do we make sure that shit is wavy? I feel like that's like a Brooklyn. Oh, wow.
Oh, it's the pandemic haircut, which
pandemic
does not
cut.
exist.
I've been there, brother.
Baby.
I've had that mustache 3 times during this pandemic. That's how freaking long it's been. I look at old footage and I go like, man, there's so many different porn phases my face went through during this pandemic. And porn stars frequently were the ones who told me, how do we, our audience is different, right? You don't have the person at the party now. You don't even have to worry about who's at the party and what they're going to do. They're in the safety of their own home. They can do whatever they want to do. So when they want to make sure, when they're not your liability. So when they want the party to be sick, how do you get the party sick for maybe, that faction of the audience?
If you wanted to have the party get sick, I would invite a lot of people over for maskless, no social.
Yeah, there it is. No, we're gonna say no.
Our party's not going to be sick.
No
Our
sick.
party's the opposite
No
of
sick.
sick. It's so well. Our party is health and wellness.
There you go.
Not
Health
sick.
and wellness.
Everyone else is having the sickness party.
Namaste at home. Namaste at home. How about if you want a wingding? How do you make sure your party's a bit of a wingding?
I'm going to go with Sean Evans and a set of vegan hot wings. And we're just going to turn it up, up, up. And it's just, we're going to see how hot you can take it. That's the kind of wingding.
Wow. That's a deep cut. That's a killer. I feel like I might be the next Sean Evans. This is
No, that would be an amazing thing.
that would be an amazing. Mine will just be old hot dogs. So that's going to be he has hot wings. It's like, and now Mandy Patinkin, try this 10-year-old hot dog and see if you don't die. I wish I had written down more bizarre terms for parties. Let's end on hootenanny. When we want to have a good old-fashioned hootenanny, what do we do to get... That feels like a Cotton Eye Joe stomp jug sort of move.
Okay, so sometimes when I'm trying to describe Bhangra to people, I'm like, it's kind of like square dance or country music. So you're just clapping and stomping. That's hootenanny. There you go.
Boom! We just bring the Bhangra in, and it's just a different version. It's a hootenanny that's halfway across the world. Hey, this party is no doubt turned, but I gotta know what moves to have later on when we join you at the dance party tonight. Okay. Anjali, will you teach me some?
Okay, so you
I'm gonna get up.
Oh, he's getting out of the way. Okay.
I'm gonna join both Georges. You may have noticed both Georges here blessing us.
I'm a lover, not a dancer.
Okay, well, first of all, we're gonna get our shoulders kind of loose. You're gonna stand up. I'm gonna stay seated, I think.
Okay, totally cool.
So we're gonna do shoulders up and down, up and down. Yeah, you need to be in the frame.
Get me in this frame.
There you go, okay. Okay, so you're gonna do shoulders up and down. Okay, up and down, up and down. Yep, get loose a little. Okay.
Oh, wait a second. What's
out.
this guy doing? Come on back.
Okay.
Don't go nowhere.
Okay, so now you're gonna do arms kind of here. Oh, I know it's hard with the mic. Okay, now you're gonna pull in. The elbows are gonna come in. Yeah, but you want to be like a nice V shape. Yeah. Okay, so pulling in like that. This is like classic Bhangra. So bring your elbows in. Yeah, but not down here. Little more. It's a little more subtle, kind of up here.
Sorry.
That works. That's okay. Okay.
That was the robot that a sales clerk does at Nordstrom. He's just like, and now I'm going to get down in a very small limited space. Okay.
Okay, let's try it again. There we go. Arms up, pull in at the elbow, in. D, 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 D. Yep, there you go. You got it. But a little more subtle. You're kind of pulling in too much.
I have way more in my head. The BPMs are really high in my head. All right, sorry. I got this.
Okay, here you go. Pulling in. Yep. A little less though. A little less. Like not to your waist. Yeah. That's better, but higher up. Yeah. Okay. Better. Way better. Yes. Okay. So then, yes, you can add a little swag to the corner. You're
Swag.
like,
Oh, I got swag coming on my ag.
okay. And then right here, just a little faster, like, dee, dee, dee. Okay. We'll show you one mudra. So yeah, so like this, can you see kind of sort of what you're going to do? Pointer finger to the thumb. Yep. Okay. And then let's do the other side too. I know it's hard. You've got the microphone. You're going to be here, here, here.
Well,
So
like
palms out, palms in. Yep. There you go.
if you like it, then you better put a ring on it.
Okay. Then you can do side pulling in. Yep. Side pulling in. Okay, and then I'm going to show you one more. Okay, so then, cute. Little shoulder roll, little shoulder roll.
Wow.
Yeah.
The shoulders were getting in.
Okay, I lied. I got one more.
Okay.
Little Bollywood.
Fresh.
Cute. You got it.
Oh, you guys are the absolute best.
You're
Fresh
so
and
cute.
exciting.
Mwah.
Mwah. Mwah. And the kid was just over there making a ham sandwich. Just make sure, folks, you eat plenty tonight. Balance out that cook champagne by cooking something up.
Drink some water.
Drink some water. Because, we're going to have a sweat tonight. Thank you so much. We can't wait to bring the party over to your Bat Cave tonight.
Yay.
Twitch.tv/Anjali and the kid, right?
Yes.
You guys will be, how late are we going tonight? How late are we partying?
As long as people are tuned in, we're probably going to keep partying.
Yeah, one or two. I don't know if we've decided
Oh,
yet.
it might go a lot later than that, depending on
We'll
how
see
many
what
people are
happens.
tuned in.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I love it. You guys are the best. We'll see you soon. Happy New Year.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year,
Love
Gregorian
you.
style.
Love you. Wait. Oh, man, you guys are the best.